every +6, every pick. This is AFL Fantasy Live with the Traders. Now, here are your hosts, Roy, Calvin, and Warnie.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet, I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator, Roy. What have you got for me today?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got a big day and a big night ahead. This is going to be one of those real
Yeah, it will be.
stressful,
Yep.
but
Every week.
excitingly
It's a-
sick.
Yes.
It's been a big
team
day.
selection.
It has.
It's been a massive day.
Leon Cameron resigned.
Yeah, I've
Stepped
been there,
aside.
Leon. I've been there a couple of times this year. I nearly did the same.
Be the buttermouse, Leon.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
got to be the butter.
So, Cal, as we probably use, how many coaches do you reckon have been sacked or resigned over our time working in the fantasy footy industry for our
true.
16?
Plain oodles.
So I think each time we use the joke that, Calvin, you're highly ranked. Go and put your
Hand up.
put your resume in.
We've outlasted a few, though.
We
Definitely.
have. Yeah, easy.
Doing well.
2007, we started providing content.
But the question
Look
is,
at us go.
What does this mean for the GWS?
A lot.
Yes,
Here
what
we
does
go.
it mean?
And good things.
What about Cogs?
Great.
Leon's still there this week, though.
Oh,
However,
shoot.
is
Just
it
leave
Leon?
Leon.
There's
Just
a lot of
Leon
weeks left,
going,
though.
just go, boys. Just play.
I'm excited for this week.
I think
must
that's what it
admit.
could be.
Yeah.
The old drop the magnets?
Yeah.
Out you go.
Yeah. You know the one who I think will benefit most?
Who?
Lockie Whitfield.
Oh,
will
yeah,
play in
yeah,
his
yeah.
best position
Yeah.
all day and flourish as a result.
Rightio.
Now, it has been a big week for news.
It has.
There's been a bit of news
Yes, it
coming
has.
in, and
Sources
tell you what,
everywhere.
Sources, they are trying to get themselves up and about to win.
Yep.
Mitch Cleary won it last year,
He
the
did.
AFL Fantasy Journo of the Year, just
Yep.
for breaking the news that
Yep.
fantasy coaches want to know
Yep.
and need to know. And it's stuff like, not normal stuff that's asked at presses. The things that they notice on the track that
Yeah.
not the regular Joe footy fan
No.
would actually care
The
about. We're
important
seeing-
ones care.
We're seeing a bit about it. So old Mitcho, he it was last year's winner. He's been all over the Max Score stuff this
He
week.
has.
So
It's
it's
been great
good
for
for
us.
us.
Well
So
done. Yeah.
obviously he's a big name and he's a captain of
Well,
the
he
club.
needed-
So
he-
people need to know about
He's
that.
the one that needs to be knocked off, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
who they're biting at his heels flat out.
And Mitch dropped the ball earlier in the week.
When he
With the Cripper
Yep.
tweet. And he knows that. So
It's
he's trying to
sort of-
bounce back. I get it.
Like, it's a bit different to the Brownlow. You can lose votes.
Yeah,
Mitch
exactly.
lost some that
Yeah,
day.
he did.
So people have, even last year they said, what about Rhino? Footy Rhino.
yes.
Channel 7 over
Yep,
at Perth. Great guy. Loves his fantasy footy.
Yep.
So he's been consistent.
He has.
He has.
He did drop some news today, which is great that he dropped it. Not great news for us, though, because it was that Nathan O'Driscoll, 6 weeks, hot spot in his
See,
book.
we don't hold that against him, though.
No.
A good squirt, a
Yes.
relevant squirt.
Yes.
He's a
Anything we
squirt.
find out earlier is good. But
Yes.
he's been on top of a lot of things.
He
He's
has.
been good.
Yeah.
Like Mitch. Mitch is very good at knowing those late changes early, so that's
Yeah.
always positive for us.
Yep.
But we have a new contender
Yes.
We do.
who's putting their hand up.
He got his hat.
You know what I call
he
him?
saw the ring and he threw it in
You know
there.
what I call him? Hansel. He's battling
So,
the big boys.
Drew
Han
Jones
Solo.
He is.
over at Fox Sports. You see a fair bit of him around the place. He's
Oh,
very
yeah.
good on
He's a
AFL tonight.
good
He's
looking
good.
dude. They put him everywhere.
Very good
Ever.
looking dude. And so he's been on the beat, and I guess he's moving up the ranks for us as
Yes,
our
he is.
fantasy
He
coach
is.
of the year.
He's the
because
up-and-comer, Roy.
The one that I like about it is at AFL Fantasy, he tags that in there.
He's not
that's
ashamed.
important.
No,
he
he's
knows what
proud.
it's about. So,
He's loud and proud.
Like, George Hewitt, he's been on Hewitt Watch. Looking at
has.
it last week. He was the first one out there with that this week. Talked to us about, got him through, got
Yes.
through training. No hiccups.
No hiccups,
So
he
that's
said.
good.
Right, we need to let these guys know, and Warnie needs to understand this as the guy that gives out the awards in India. This is not a shared award.
No.
You are not to join joint winners this year because Dog can't make a
No,
decision.
there will be a winner.
There has to be a clear-cut winner.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, he was all over Jason Horn-France as well, and it sounds
Okay.
like he could be out this week.
Warn Dog, as we sit right now,
Oh.
who is leading the Fantasy Journo of the year?
Oh, God, he's put it on you.
Haven't
too.
I ever?
I'm going to go Footy Rhino at the moment.
Rhino's got it. Wow.
Over Mitcho, and I think the Crips thing hurt Mitch.
Right. Oh, really?
okay.
You're holding it against him. I
Fair
thought you
enough,
might.
too.
It's tough.
But there's other people, like, you know how election, like there's Clive Palmer party and stuff like that. That's Will.
Yeah.
Will Schofield.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's there. He's saying, hey,
Yeah, don't forget
I'm
me.
asking the
Friday
big questions
night.
on live TV.
He is.
Friday night, he
Can't rule him out.
Yeah.
was asking Nathan O'Driscoll, not Nathan O'Driscoll,
Will Brodie.
Will
Will
Brodie, about his time on ground.
Yep.
I've got you in my fantasy team.
Brilliant.
Clever.
Boundary
You're right.
rider on Fox Footy. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that elevates him into
Oh, he's in the group.
He's in the 4.
Too right, he's in the 4.
Oh, 5, Tom Brown.
Oh, Brownie's in the 5.
Brownie's 5.
Yeah. Bottom.
Rounds it out.
Bottom, but he's in the 5.
He's been breaking stuff.
He does. I break stuff too, Roy. Especially when my team's not very
Breaking
good.
Bad. Yeah, no. Anyway, yeah, it's an exciting competition, and the weight of it, it's just growing. That's what the journos want at the moment.
Yeah,
They're
they do.
going for it.
Boys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
teams are in.
Oh,
Let's have a look at these.
Worried. Very
for
worried.
Round 9. Friday night footy is where we start, like we often do, but we've got some Thursday games coming up because the buys are around the corner. So Collingwood and Bulldogs, Friday night, 7:50 p.m. is our first lockout at Marvel Stadium. Caleb Poulter is in. Ginnivan's out with illness.
Okay.
And
The old
Trent
illness.
Bianco omitted. So Bulldogs have got quite a few changes here. So
Lots of changes.
Keith Jordan Sweet is in. Luke Cleary in for his debut, 190k defender. Marcus Bontempelli and Riley West. So out for them. So why we've got Sweet in is because Steph Martin's out managed. And we did hear earlier in the week, our journos, they were breaking that news that Timmy English, he's over his hammy, but he's got illness this week.
Illness
Illness is
Sick.
worst it's ever been.
Cody Waitman had some surgery. He's out. Crozier, who was a Medi sub, is out. Vandermeer, Rocksmith, and Tim O'Brien are the outs there. All right, let's look at Saturday afternoon. Hawthorn and Richmond. We'll start with the Hawks, and Chad Wingard is in. Good for some draft coaches, I'm sure, who have been very frustrated by that. My hand is up. Connor Nash, Mitch Lewis, and Sam Butler's in for his debut. So he's a mid-forward. Costs you a few more dollars. But, yeah, he could be an option for you. Out, Connor McDonald has been managed. So he's out. He was actually out last week but came in for a late change. So it's just finally getting his chance. Josh Ward has been omitted. So both Hawks boys, rookie boys, are out, as well as even the other rookie, Jackson Callow.
Not a good week for that to happen on.
Liam Shields, the Medi sub, and if you have had him, you are going to be frustrated by this. The pig has been managed. Tom Mitchell.
That's unbelievable.
Managed pig.
And no one manages the pig.
They don't.
No.
That's not okay. He wouldn't be okay with that.
The
No
Richmond
way.
side welcome in Bigoa. Cow, can you pronounce that for me?
Bigger non, and it's a 190k defender. That's what I said. 190k defender.
Prestia and
That's all
Flostone
we
are
care
back
about.
after their illness from last week. So Gibcus is out with health and safety protocols. Mansell was suspended. Shane Edwards managed, and Sydney stacked the Medi-sub. Let's look at Bluntstone Arena at 2:10. North Melbourne are bringing in Larkey and Tom Powell. Out Ben Mackay. Hugh Greenwood has the health and safety protocols, and Jason Horn-Francis is out. So the big number 1 draft pick there. And cash
They're
cow.
hitting that wall, aren't they?
We are. Yes,
The rooks,
they are.
the
For
rookie
Port
wall.
Adelaide, Kane Farrell is in. The outs there. Bonner has been injured, and Trent Dumont out with health and safety protocols.
So Butters holds. Just.
Did you think he was going to be out? Yeah.
Well, geez. Yes, I did.
Well, Butters holds because of all the other carnage.
I'm glad he's holding because now I need him.
Yeah.
St Kilda. So Cooper Sharman and Jack Billings are the ins there. So Billings back in for his first game of the year. Butler out injured. Windhager omitted. And Wanganeen Miller has been managed. For the Cats, Selwood's back, and so is Reece Stanley. Now the outs. Cooper Stevens omitted after his first game.
Yeah.
Unfortunate but flagged.
Yeah, 100%.
must say.
And
Poor fella.
Francis Evans has been omitted, and Jed Buse is injured, which means Nevitt, who came on as the Medi sub, he stays in.
He was
does.
handy. He did
He
all
was.
right.
He was very busy, yeah. So
He does cost you a lot more, though.
Blixarves isn't going to take that ruck role. is he?
No, so
Blix
then,
is back to the back pocket, and Nevitt is on the pine.
and Mitch Duncan's on the wing there.
A
So
wing. One to watch this week,
Sydney
Roy.
and Essendon, James Bell, Sam Wicks, Tom Hickey are the ins there. The outs. Ronk has been omitted, Campbell managed, McLean omitted, and Clark, the Medi sub.
Your
out.
boy.
My boy Clark.
Your boy.
So you've got Laddams there with Hickey, for those people thinking
Yep.
about that in their teams. For the Bombers, they've welcomed back some backline players there in Kelly, Ridley, Guelph. Do you know it's not actually Guelphy? You pronounce it Guelph?
No, that's
Silent
not
I.
true.
No
it's
I.
not.
Yeah.
No, it's there. You say it.
Right.
They just
and
go
Durham.
like, no I in team sort of thing. Like,
Now for the Bombers, they're out. Lord,
No,
the
I'm
Medi
Guelph.
sub is out. Zerk Thatcher injured. Ham omitted. Devon
what's
Smith
Ham's
out
star?
with illness.
Ham?
And
he's got to demand a trade.
Too right, he does.
and Kane Baldwin, job security has been omitted.
Oh, JS Baldwin.
Saturday night, Adelaide Crows and the Brisbane Lions. For the Crows, Brody Smith's back in. Fogarty, Saligo, Strachan, so the Ruckman.
Yes.
And Ned McHenry. No, Matt Crouch, just quietly there.
God.
As an in. So Frampton omitted, Cook omitted, Schoenberg omitted, Gallant omitted, Lockie Murphy injured, Riley O'Brien omitted.
Wow.
Brutal.
Oh, boy, wow, that's a big one.
It's
Riley.
huge. Riley.
For the Brisbane Lions,
Goodness
Darcy
me.
Gardner and Eric Hipwood are
He's in the
ins.
leadership group, isn't he?
I think he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
God.
Dan McStay injured, Leicester managed, and Tom Berry, the Medi sub, the outs. So let's look at Sunday extended squads. Gold Coast Suns. Constable comes into the squad.
Okay.
There you go.
Joel
Squad
Jeffrey, Noah Anderson, Sam Day, and Sam Flanders out. Davies managed, and Lukosius is out injured. For the Freo Dockers, they've got Akers, Hughes, Logue, Frederick, Lobb, and Collier into the squad. Michael Wilder's out with health and safety protocols. Switkowski's out injured. And Nathan O'Driscoll is out injured. So 6 weeks for him with that hotspot. So you can't, you got to try to get rid of him at some point, whether it's this week or next week, because he's not going to be there to help us for the buys.
No, he's a goner.
He's like safe on my ground too. That's an issue.
Agree.
GWS and Carlton. So GWS, no outs for them as yet, but Connor Stone, Jake Riccardi and Tanner Bruin come into the squad. For the Blues, you've got Mackay out injured, Martin, and he's injured as well, and Lewis Young with the health and safety protocols. But coming in, George Hewitt
Oh, he's back.
at this point.
Extended bench, though, Destroyer.
Is he?
He's on the
He's
extended.
been there before.
Yeah. But I look at the names around him, I'm saying he's pretty safe.
Well, he's safe
If
in
he's
terms
fit.
of if he's good enough.
Well,
he's
yeah.
there because he's got tests to come.
Drewy Jones, he was all over it, said he got through without any hiccups.
Yeah.
And
There
if
you
he
go.
did get hiccups, he should have got a glass of water and drank it backwards, I reckon. That
There
would
you
have
go.
fixed him.
Now, the thing is with him, I think they've always said he has to get through Friday
Okay.
session.
Yeah.
A
Will
proper
be-
session.
Drewy, get there.
Oh, mate,
and
he's
give
all-
us-
he'd be all
better-
over it.
Actually, he needs to live stream that training run. I
Well,
reckon.
how many votes in it for him?
Well,
if he does
Well,
that?
he'll move up the power rankings of our journos of the year.
I can't wait till you do a power ranking.
With George Hewitt, we've
He's
got
big questions to ask at that presser.
He'll get
Yep.
it done.
Brody Kemp. Jesse Motlop could come in for his debut. Lockie Fogarty, Plowman, and Paddy Dow into the
Yeah.
squad as well.
Let's go.
All right, and then we're finally getting to the Western Bulldogs and Melbourne game. Western Coast Eagles, those
Western
ones.
Coast Witches.
So Mountford out as a Medi-sub, and Florenka, who was pretty good when he came in, but because he's one of those top-ups, he
that's harsh.
is omitted. So Witherden comes in, as well as Bailey Williams, who has been named in the ruck there. Greg Clark, we've got him back. He's been named on the bench.
Extended,
I'm sure he
correct.
stays in the side, though. Hugh Dixon and Jackson Nelson come into the squad as well. For Melbourne, the outs, no Max gone because he is fit and good to go. And
Named up to
basically-
go.
And they've said that he's going to play
they said
now,
he's
so
going to be there.
not even the doubt on that. Bedford's out as the Medi-sub. Into the squad, Tomlinson, Melksham, Chandler, and Mitch Brown.
Rightio. The biggest one there, and it doesn't really concern us as much, but it is going to affect others, is Riley O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all weeks,
Just again, draft. This is where
Yes.
things go to. He would have been the third draft off the board,
Yep.
third ruck
He
off the
would have.
board, third or fourth.
Yep.
Rucks have just really destroyed us a
They
lot
have.
this year.
And the thing is with him, you would love to go him to, say, Darcy Cameron, who is up against no Steph Martin, no Tim English, and only Sweet. However, he's a forward only.
Yeah.
Dog,
luck.
fix it. Fix
Yeah.
it for people. Make him a dual position now.
He was
So
unlucky.
I guess the other ones, Horn Francis and also O'Driscoll are obviously big ones there. For
Massive.
A lot of coaches, whether it's even just for the bench, you just want some more cash out of like an O'Driscoll, but out for a little while. And Super Huey Roy, how are you feeling then? Do you think he'll play?
Well, I think I at least have to wait until tomorrow night to see if he makes that squad because they haven't named him up on the ground. They're obviously really keeping an eye on that.
And
they
Doc-
don't want to bring him back too early, that's for sure.
And, Dog, people have been aggressive here. So Horn Francis and O'Driscoll are the two most traded out already. They've gone, get out of here,
They've seen
we're
it.
done.
Well, it's come out through the day, so people have just gone bang, bang.
It was
see you
probably
later.
time for Horn France to go
Yes, it
anyway.
was.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
it
was
was.
going for me
So
anyway.
it's a bit of a...
The Driss was hanging around
Yeah.
because I was happy with Driss over underperformers like Butters and things like that.
Yep.
That was my avenue to a good premium too, like someone you'd really want, like Clayton Oliver this
Oh,
week.
Clayton. And
but-
next week, Clayton Oliver.
Yeah, but now it's back to the back line where if Huey gets named, he might come back in for me.
I like it.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast. This is the Gold Diggers, thanks to Sportsbet. Conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858.
Saw the launch there of the big freeze at the G
Yes.
as well this
Yep.
week, and the beanies are all available. I was going to actually wear mine tonight, but my 5-year-old ripped the pom-pom off it, and so I've got to try to fix that now.
Just bring it in, dog. I'm very handy with needle and
Are
thread.
you? Yeah, right.
I am. Really good.
Anyway, we're going to try to add to our
will.
donation for Fight MND. And Roy, it's your turn this week.
Yep.
Let's start with your Friday night same game multi for the Pies and the Dogs.
Okay, now it took Bailey Smith a while to hit the scoreboard at the start of this year,
Yep.
but he's certainly hitting it now. So anytime goal scorer, $1.97. Going Maynard, 15 disposals, $1.50. Take that. And Dacos of the Josh variety, quiet last week, bouncing back with 20 or more at $1.73.
Best one there's your Maynard one, I reckon, Roy. Gets over 15 against the Dogs' defence, and as long as he's not a lockdown defender.
Yeah,
He'll be
see that.
right.
He'll be fine.
There'll be
All
no
right,
lockdown.
Saturday, anytime goal scorers, Roy.
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah, I never used to be big on this, but they've grown on me. I
Yeah,
love
they
it
have.
now. So I'm going Chad Wingard, $1.38.
Yep.
Zerha, $1.22. Rowan Marshall, $1.47.
Sitting
He'll
forward.
spend half his time up there. Logan McDonald, $1.32. And Hugh McCluggage,
Ooh.
after last week, $1.71. I'll take that. $25 at $5.58.
I do like the Hugh McCluggage one there. 4 goals last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
So $1.71's a nice little
it's the juiciest
boost that
one there.
up there. So you can find Bet With Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group, bet together and share the moment. Conditions apply. For more details, see sportsbet.com.au. And as always, gamble responsibly.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. All right, Calvin.
Okay. Copped a bit of criticism from Warney last week about the
He did,
captains. So this
yeah.
is bounce back week.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
bounce back.
So
So
it was warranted criticism, Destroy?
It was. He's gone, gone bad, good, bad.
Awful.
This could be.
you averaged my top 3 defenders by taking out one. Okay.
Defenders. What are you even talking
captains.
about?
Right, here we go.
Coffees are too strong
Rightio.
tonight.
All right.
We're going to talk about Melbourne players
Yes.
against West Coast.
Oh,
Okay, so here we go. West Coast last week, McCluggage 141, Zorko 132, Neil 113, but put the handbrake
He
on
did,
towards the
big
end.
time. Yep.
The week before that, we had Richmond with 3 guys going over 120. That's Richmond.
God have mercy.
The week before that, we had Port Adelaide, 8 guys over 110.
Oh, dear.
It's nasty. Melbourne will have a field day. Gosh. Number 1 has to be Clayton Oliver, based on his form of going at 125 in his last 3. That alone ticks the box here for him against them. A little flag, though.
Right.
It's a tiny flag.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't even see it
We
in the
love a
hand.
flag, though.
Redden went to kneel a little
did.
bit last week at some stoppages. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's a very small flag. I had Petrarca in this one as well at my number 3 pick,
Wow. Just because of West
just
Coast.
because of West Coast, and he's gone 118, 111 in his last 2. He
Wouldn't
hasn't.
that be where your flag goes, though?
I don't think I don't think Redden goes with Petrarca. I think he goes with Oliver.
What?
Just saying.
What are
Anyway,
you on?
well, just letting you know. Max Gawn doesn't make the cut.
Right.
Okay, and it's just because we had 67 last week.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He sits forward.
He could kick 10.
Well, that's true. But
I
we
don't
don't
know.
want to chase
You're not doing that.
the goals.
No, I don't think so. Bryce Shaw does come in at number 2, though, behind Oliver and ahead of Petrarca, on the fact that he's against the Suns, who are the number 3 easiest team to score against this year, and he's on fire going 134 last week. It's just an easy one to do.
Yeah, fair.
I do like Lockie Neal in Adelaide against Adelaide. Cripper last week had that 130. I wonder if Haitley will go and stand next to Neal like he tried to do with Cripper. Haitley is named and will play, but I just don't think he's going to do it this week. He got smashed last week.
It's a better physical matchup for him this
Agree.
week. He
Yeah.
might be more of a chance to do something.
I like Rory Laird. He is going under the radar. Well, listen to this. 122, 118, 110. He's ranked number 5 on form at the moment.
Yeah, it was almost your best tip of the preseason.
Yeah, but he started slow, broke his wrist.
Yeah,
So now's the time to go, though, if you're
Yeah.
looking at a guy like that.
It's a low bar of best tips of the preseason, though, from Calvin.
Couple of questions came in and go, hey, what about Callum Mills? And I said, well, firstly, 76 last week.
Yeah.
That don't cut it, does it?
Does that cross him off the list? So you're a hater with stuff like that?
No. And so form's a big thing for me.
Trust.
You've got to have
Trust is
form.
a big thing.
Yes, you've got. If you have a bad game,
like scores from last week.
no,
That's
okay.
Is that how you go about it?
Pretty much. A guy like Jack Steele
Yeah.
gives you confidence.
Yeah.
He has a bad game, he's still hitting a ton.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but a 76 and
Coming
the
off
thing-
92.
Yeah.
For the record.
Okay, radio. Moving on.
That was his first drop of a ton since
19 games.
19 games. You know, I saw a tweet.
So I see what you mean,
Yeah,
mate.
you
Sorry,
got
that
the
was
point.
harsh.
Yeah,
That
bit
was
harsh, Bill.
Bit harsh.
Swanee has the record of that, 20 tons in a row.
That doesn't surprise me.
So he could have nearly
Yeah.
even.
But the tweet
the great
about
pig.
the tweet about
James
Callum
Swan.
Mills last year averaging 99 at the SCG and 124 outside.
That's relevant, Cal.
Massive. So him back at the SCG,
Out.
it's a big flag. The other one was Tuke Miller against Freo. What can he do? Now, he's not going to get tagged here, but Freo are the second hardest team to score against in the last 5 weeks. So based on the fact that Tuke can be Tuke and that can be a 90, you're not going to chase that on a Sunday.
No, you're not.
So the question is,
What is the question?
our vice captain.
Yeah.
Okay, because we've got a lot of options, and we've got a lot of options on Friday night.
Yep.
Being Dunkley or McRae.
And who is it?
Well, I'm McRae. I'm McRae. Now, I'm wrong every bloody
It
week
was
with these
Dunkley.
two.
We were Dunkley all the time.
So,
as the vice
big time.
captain,
Here's the thing.
He's only
let us
stuffed up
down.
once.
Yeah.
Here's the thing for McRae.
Do we
but
forgive?
badly stuff up.
Bont's back.
60.
I think that helps him.
I think it does too. But
60.
McRae has hit 100 in his last 9 games against Collingwood.
Oh, his Collingwood stuff is nasty.
yes.
Yeah.
Over his career of 10 games against them, he averages 119.
we have to.
Right? Under the roof, I think he can easily be a 120. However, he only got 110 last week, which was a team high.
Yeah, 40
That was
in the first quarter.
So I am McRae over Dunkley this week based on that. However, Bont comes back, I think, helps Duncan. Probably
Dunkley,
hurt Dunkley. Gee, I'm fumbly tonight, aren't I? And probably hurts McRae a little bit. But that's where I am.
Sam wants to know, what about Bailey Smith in that mix?
What I don't like about Bailey Smith is his last 3 games. 100, 100 and 92.
Is that when you've had him, Roy?
I've had good games. Thanks.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you hear
just-
those scores?
However,
Good,
100,
yeah.
however,
Wasn't he priced at 110 when you got him?
120.
however, he has a ceiling that McRae doesn't have at the moment.
Yes.
So if you want it,
he'll have a field day.
he should. So it's a good.
He's the kind of guy you chase with a V against Collingwood
Agreed.
in that game.
I like that as
He
well.
has been getting attention. Who gives him attention from Collingwood?
Zip.
Yeah, so his marks will be back. You look at his marks column.
Yep.
It equals attention, won't get any.
Cameron, what about Keys? Surely he gets some recognition in Cowan's captain.
Keys.
God, we disrespect that.
We
don't
do
Allen
disrespect.
disrespects him.
He actually been a little bit quiet the last few weeks, hasn't he?
Don't know.
I'll have a quick
I
look. Nah, I'm not
disrespect
even
him.
gonna look.
I don't know. That's the problem.
The fact he's got Brisbane, that's also a little bit of a concern.
Yeah.
They're quite tough.
Revenge game, mate.
It's a revenge. It is a revenge game, so he could be all right. But yeah, he does get disrespected.
He does.
Yeah, you know why? It's not my team. God's sake.
True.
So Nathan's asking Neil or McRae for VC.
Well, if you're on Neil, that's on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you've got a lot of option. Well, one option
Probably
coming
does,
after.
otherwise he wouldn't have asked the question.
Well, I don't know who he's got, but I can't see his team. I will have to
The
go.
question
You gotta
is
trust him
Neil
then.
or McRae.
Well,
Trust
it's Neil. Neil's number 4 on the list. McRae's number 8.
Okay.
So there you
Great
go.
answer.
There you go. If that's a question, that was a bloody easy answer.
It was.
Why'd you make it so hard then?
Because I don't know, play on.
Now, Bailey Smith is being bevoed a bit, being left in the forward line, which he's ticking up over that
Yeah.
forward status, I think.
Bit early, you saw that coming.
Free
right?
up in midfield.
Andrew Brayshaw is a skipper.
Didn't I just cover that?
Yes, you did.
Number 2.
Number 2
What
on the
about
list.
Angus Brayshaw, someone asks? Or are they just going,
No.
but against West Coast?
Oh,
That's
God.
like-
He could do his 150 thing.
It's not like that would be a perfect VC type thing.
It would
But
be.
he's the last game of the round. So you
It
can't
is the
do
last game of the round.
Bring it home with Gus.
He could have a day out.
I would not
You
even
would
dream
not.
of doing that.
You couldn't.
No.
Hi guys, Sarah Ollie here from the AFL Exchange podcast. You can grab this show every Monday night with myself, Riley Beveridge and Cal Toomey. Plus catch the brand new Fresh Drop on Thursday mornings with Exchange Extra. We are delving into all the things that matter in the footy world, so join us as we get to the bottom of the issues the fans want answered on-field and off-field. The serious and also the not-so-serious stuff. That's AFL Exchange. Find us wherever you listen to your podcasts and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
All right, a few questions before we call it quits for tonight and we get our team set for round 9. All right, is Rowell a tag flag for Bryce Shaw?
100% it is, but you can't run with him. Rowell can't run with him. It may be around stoppages only, and
What
it won't matter.
the hell?
It
Was
will.
it paying for that question?
It will
to
not.
happen
There
this
you go,
year?
Sally. It's a chance.
It is. I can't believe that could happen and will likely happen.
Now, I reckon a few people are looking at getting rid of O'Driscoll, and
Yes.
if you've got him on field, you want to be moving up if you can, especially if you have the ability to go down from, like, let's say, a Horn Francis down to Clark.
Yeah.
And then you can go O'Driscoll up.
That's me.
That's going to be a fair few people in this position. So it is
Boring.
that defender to look at. Now, Brian is asking Zorko or Helmet Brayshaw.
Zork.
Helmet Brayshaw's run's pretty good, I think.
It is.
I'll be the judge of that. But
Well-
you've got to go
Well,
Zork, don't you?
you just talked it up over the next 2 weeks. Zorko
Same guy
is
they've got.
Zorko's CBAs were up. He's playing that mid-forward
Yeah.
role. That's where he's full beast. Obviously, his body's always a slight concern, but he is a bargain as a defender at the moment.
Yep, agree.
Now, Roy, you're looking at going back to Super Huey.
Yeah, I forgot about Zorks being an option though. Is he
Yeah.
a similar price tag?
To be around about, I'd say.
Huey's still cheap.
Yeah, so
That's the issue.
Zorko is 761.
It'd be about the same.
Would
then.
it?
and Hewitt is 758.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I'd be going Zork.
3K
Get some
difference.
He's
Zork
had a
on him.
better run
I
at
don't think you can pick up, in my opinion, you can't pick up Hewitt
Not
this week.
Not this week.
And he's
If-
bad for buys, like you
Yeah.
flagged earlier,
Yeah.
Dog. Is Hewitt an option, though? Yes, and he's an option over Helmet, too.
Yes, he is. But as you said, I would be going Zorko
Get
first.
some Zork on your fork. That's
But
what you need.
that next 2 weeks, don't be surprised if Brayshaw's outscores him for 2 weeks.
Agree.
Yeah.
Who scores more for Amanda here? And I think it's probably whether it's this week or moving forward. But Cornelio and Petrarca, that's keeping Butters, or Butters and Oliver keeping Cornelio.
I would go the Cornelio Petrarca. I've got no faith in Butters at all.
So Cogs and Petrarca,
Yeah.
you take
I
that.
think Cogs has every chance to go back as a midfielder
Agree.
as of next week.
And to me, Petrarca and Oliver, I feel like they're the same from here.
Yeah.
Maybe
think
Oliver
Oliver's
ahead.
slightly-
Oliver ahead.
Oliver's
But
slightly
the difference between a Cornelio's scores haven't been that bad.
Cogs is a lot better than Butters, and he's about to go back
Butters'
into the midfield.
average is so boosted by how he started those first couple of weeks.
And you take out Cornelio's 65 last week.
'Cause you can do that.
His last three, 105, 79, 80,
Look,
98, sorry.
So look at what's he's scored under 79 on 2 occasions.
Twice. You
That's
take
not
that
that bad.
every
It's
day.
a forward. You can hide behind the forward. So how often has he scored 57?
0.
It's Butters' average the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's
Like
clear cut.
That is just beyond
With
gross.
And Butters has been given the role.
Yeah.
He's doing it without the role.
Yeah,
And if
he might get
old
the
mate
role.
Leon goes, there's every chance he goes back and goes 110
Okay.
for the rest of the year, Roy.
Calvinator, the form fantasy coach of the trio.
Yeah, I've got you.
You get put
Yeah.
in the coaching position for GWS in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Where does he play? Where do you put him?
Where does he go? Guts.
Where do you put Whitfield?
Back.
Where do you put Kelly?
Up, wing, mid.
Yeah.
Wherever he
How
wants
many
to go.
CBAs? What percentage? Because I need to know between that and the wing, actually.
Okay. I'd ask Kelly and see what he wanted and let him do what he wanted.
60 plus?
Yeah, I'd give. Yeah, easy.
Yep, so it's an improvement for
You'd
him.
actually put your best players in the position they need to be.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think I'd make a good coach?
So, yep, because I agree in part there. Now, that means if you're graphing that, they are looking like
Right.
Whoa.
up.
That's an up graph.
Yeah, it is.
Well done.
Carroll, Roy, tell us
Yeah.
about him. He's
Okay.
named on field.
He is.
Yeah, he is. Really good first game. 87, I think he hit that first game. Bit quieter on the
He
weekend.
had a 50-odd, didn't he?
Yeah, so I think his job security is reasonable
Yeah.
for a rookie, but it's like if you don't have Clark, I'd be going Clark first every day.
Yeah.
But he's all right for a bench spot, I think.
Right.
Yeah, he's a guy I'm looking at, actually,
Yeah.
if I can get the maths right.
Right.
That could be a challenge.
Yes.
All right, looking...
Flag.
Yeah, so F6 options. That just disappeared. I've got to scroll down a bit so I can actually get some of these. Do we have any trust in Lloyd anymore?
Yes.
Oh,
we
okay.
do. We don't put a line through Lloyd just yet.
No,
now,
okay.
I haven't seen enough, despite a great game last week, to launch straight into it. But goodness me, you could have a worse name in your team than him at the moment. And like the click of a finger, he could be back to 95 plus each week. I still feel.
He's cheaper than Super Huey.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? You know,
So if
and-
that's all you can get to, it's Jake Lloyd.
Okay, so he had 109 last week, but that was against the Suns.
Yeah.
All right, and then a 71 and 72.
Yeah.
He had a
Unimpressive.
96, but that was against the Eagles. So he probably needs to put a couple together first before we
does.
jump.
Dawson's in this conversation as
Yeah.
well. So
Great- another
it's funny,
great
if we
option, really.
rewound back 10 years when we were doing this stuff, we're probably thinking Zach Dawson when people are talking about defenders.
Yes,
and
true.
It's the joke questions that are coming through. But
Jordan's looking good.
Jordan is looking good. He's an option.
He's definitely an option.
Yep.
Got him here, dog. 128, 106 in his last two.
Yeah, you can play.
And
What's his
he's
price?
Nearly 800.
Yeah, okay.
So he's getting up, but it's reflective of his scoring. He's averaging 98.
Too right it is.
Will is asking, do I fix Nod or Row?
Well,
One's playing.
I feel like heartbeats are important at the moment.
One's playing, one isn't.
I guess-
One's out for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
God, the way things are going each week, Rao might make it to your buys.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
people are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
And now that illness is a trend,
Yeah. O'Driscoll goes there. He's missing 6 weeks. Rao might actually play for 6 weeks.
Mm.
Unlucky for you.
F6 option. Now, I'm hoping you've got both of these guys and you're just working out who to keep. But Rioli and Rayner. That's your mate, Daniel Rioli, Cow. Who would you prefer to have? Surely it's Rioli over
Surely
Rayner.
it's Rioli over Rayner.
So
definitely for me.
you wouldn't be picking either of them up, though, would
No,
you?
no.
You wouldn't be picking him up. However, Rayner's gone at 70 in his last 3.
Yeah, he's much improved, but
But
you
it's-
wouldn't bring him in.
No, it's still Rioli.
Yeah.
100%.
Mitch Duncan or Helmet Brayshaw?
Duncan.
It's Duncan.
It excites me. Now, you made a point, Dog, that role might have been the flow-on effect from them losing Blix
Yeah.
down back.
Yes.
But
So, because it's a pretty pivotal thing,
still
to be
a very
honest.
good
Where did
player.
he get named?
wing.
He's on a wing.
Right. So that wing, half-back, God, it was nice. It was a very nice role for him. If he gets a sniff of that role again, it's him.
He won't get any cheaper than what he's at. He's got a break even of 83. He gets that this week. He's dropped 112K from the start of the year.
He's a Burgoyne.
He is. Now's the time.
544K is very close to the Darcy Cameron. Oh, I need to check that team. So Cox wasn't named, was he? No.
No.
So he's the runway's clear.
Oh, runway is clear.
Launch
Very
into
clear.
that.
Yeah.
Beggs there, though, of course.
Yeah.
Beggy.
Jack James wants to know Taron Thomas at 544. On ball and 90 last week.
Yeah.
No Greenwood or Horn Francis.
Yeah, he looked great, especially in the first half, I thought, last week. It is a hard team to make a purchase.
It is.
Yeah.
But we picked him at the start of the year as value, and now he's 140K cheaper.
I know.
544.
For what he can do, for his talent, that is way too cheap.
But it's North Melbourne.
It is North Melbourne, and it's a concern.
Big concern.
Because they can go through massive patches without really ever controlling the ball.
Yeah.
There's just no touches for him on offer.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. it's
Clay
tough.
wants to know Flostone, is he an option? His numbers have been great. What's he played? 3 games and basically
Yeah.
averaging 110 maybe, is it?
Yeah, he is an option.
So he's coming off illness.
Yeah.
108,
he's an option.
108 in his last 3. He is cheaper than Super Huey.
Yeah, so he's one of the huge beneficiaries of no Hawley.
Yep.
He
Yep.
just
He-
laps that up back there.
Must buy more coffees.
He is never the kind of guy that I pick.
No,
Never.
I wouldn't do it. But he's in the mix. He deserves it. He gets plenty of ball back.
Probably a guy that you need to, before you need to check your buy structure, I reckon, on someone like that.
there.
Someone did ask if they hold Nathan O'Driscoll.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because they need to, because
Yeah.
of what else they're doing. Can you take De Koning as his emergency score for the
See,
week?
this is, even though I don't have to do this technically at the
It's an
moment,
option.
I might still be doing it so I can actually get players that I want.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
you might take a bit of a points hit on the flip side, but so for me, it would be DeConning or Paddy Mack taking one of their scores. If I can work it out that I can potentially have a look at one before the other, I am in a position where I will tick that off. If you can get a look at one of them, I think that's really important. If one can hit a 60, if the first one can hit a 60,
Yeah, okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
If they don't hit a 60 and you got to bank the other one, you could do it. Paddy's coming off an 80.
Yeah, and DeConning here is coming off the best 2 games of his season
He is in
of
form
65-51.
and was talked up by the coach.
Bale's got O'Driscoll on the bench. He's going to go him to Jack Carroll and Horn Francis to Darcy Cameron. That leaves $294K in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, a good move, or could that $294K be put on top of what you're getting Cameron?
Well, that's the thing. I don't like going in with money in the bank.
This week's another week to show why that's not a great idea because
You can't
Get
spend
so
it.
many injuries, you can't spend it.
But then again, with injuries too.
However, I'm with you here.
However, when it's a glaringly obvious bargain pick,
Yep.
I think it's fine because I think you put it on top of someone else and Cameron will probably...
Outscore him.
Yeah.
Well, you can't be that confident that the premium you're getting is going to outscore a guy who's gone 112, 107.
No, I don't think.
Cameron is good for buy structure. Cameron has a break even of 19.
Yeah. It all
Cameron
adds
is
up.
coming off back-to-back hundreds.
We've got
and
him
he
for
doesn't-
5 weeks.
And he doesn't
Yes.
have a real ruckman other than Sweet to go against
Yeah,
this week.
so that's another positive, isn't
Yes.
it? Like, that's just another reason why this week, it just...
There's no reason you shouldn't do it.
No.
It ticks a lot of
he's
boxes
still
here.
not... he won't get many hit-outs again,
No.
but he will kill Sweet
Won't he ever?
around the ground.
Of course he will.
Sweet.
Won't he?
All right. Is Max Gone going to play? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And he will have...
Oh, he'll have a day.
He'll have
he ever?
108.
Won't he
No
ever?
sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tacey wants to know, is Paddy, would be McCartan, an option for O'Driscoll?
To bring in. Yeah. No, they mean to cover,
Oh, to cover?
She
Yeah.
means
Don't
cover.
Geez, that's hurting me with...
don't they?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Unless it was. You'd
Look.
make money out of it.
Look, I don't know about this.
Jeez, I wish I still had him. Can't believe
Oh,
I traded
look,
him last
trust
week
me,
for a
mate,
90.
It's not nothing.
No,
to chuck a party
you're not
over.
missing much.
He could easily have a 30 again this week.
Too right, he could.
Yeah.
100%.
What's his matchup?
He's up against Essendon.
Right.
Tough matchup.
So this
I
is
tell
the
you what,
problem.
Bombers are, I think it's a little bit of
Here
a
we go.
furphy that the Bombers are hard to score against.
Just give it
Maybe.
up, dog. Give it a rest, mate.
So here's the deal.
He had 8
8 intercept marks.
Yeah.
Now, that was who? Gold Coast kicking it to him.
It was. They were just slamming him, and then he was picking it off.
We're
He's not gonna
we're
get any
bagging
with-
them about this, but they actually won that game.
They did.
It
worked.
2 metre Peter's not going to let him have any intercept marks.
Here we go.
Essendon, are they going to bomb him 8? I don't think so.
I don't think he gets
They
8.
only looked for him twice. He
Yeah,
only
yeah.
got 2 marks where his teammates wanted him to have it. The rest of the time, he went and earned it.
Yeah.
That's a concern.
And that's not fantasy footy, Roy.
It's not. So that's the worry.
It is.
He could. We'll mark him down for a 41.
Yeah, I got him in at 50.
Yeah.
Go back to what we talked about before. So this is Alex. Bring in Cameron and bank the cash, or go Petrarca. Does
Okay,
that
now
change
this
things?
is an interesting
that changes
conversation.
things around a bit.
If it's one of these Ubers,
Yes.
and they're an Uber
when
with
they're
a
playing against
matchup
West
from...
Coast.
West Coast, North Melbourne in their next 2.
Look, this is the Captain
know
Hindsight
the
that
scale of
becomes
hardness to know that's
regrettable,
good.
though. This is the thing that... This is the issue. We chase those D's boys hard, and we leave Cameron sitting there at this bargain price. He knocks over another 100. He goes up probably 70K this week. And then Petrarca or whatever, they just roll out a 114 or something.
Yep.
Didn't really try in the easy matchup. And then there was no real gap between those
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah. At a price.
Can that happen? Or does Petrarca just really go nuts because they want a Brownlow and hit 150? It's got to be a 40 or 50 to hurt you.
It does.
Otherwise, it's not. Otherwise, it's Cameron.
Petrarca has only had 2 scores over 120 this year.
Yeah.
And he did it maybe in his first 2 games.
He's never played a team like this in the AFL, though.
Agreed.
Has he?
No.
I don't want to use the words BB.
I know.
It's just what the matchup should be called each week.
It's a BB.
It is. It's a regular BB.
It is.
Wow.
So, hang on.
No.
How bad can it be again?
What, the Bath?
The Bath will be bad. But it's against a team that this is almost a waste of their time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the issue.
And that's all, I'm surprised why
They
Max
might-
is even playing.
They might share it.
Well, that's the thing.
They might all have 60% time on ground.
Yeah. And do they really sprint to space for that mark? Or let someone
still
else do
play.
it? I know they'll still play.
But that's where I reckon a guy like Bowie has a day out.
He'll be right.
He'll have a day.
Should be number one in Calvin's captain.
He was, didn't he? Licking his lips. But yeah, I don't know. There's a slight interest flag. It's only, I always fall back on, but there's a brown. There's 3 votes to be had.
Yep.
That's important.
That's important.
Agree.
Last question here. Is it too late to get Ben Hobbs at 373K?
Gosh,
Yeah,
it's
it
getting
is.
up there.
That's a lot. And keep in mind, he had a 30 and a 40 the week before.
But he had a 95 last week.
Yeah, I know. Take that away, and he's still a 30 or a 40. That was inflated. He could easily be back to his 50s this week, just like all rookies are. That's what we expect from your McComb to even your Carroll. Those guys, it's a 50. Anything more is a kissed.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet kiss.
All right, thanks for tuning in to our AFL Fantasy Live here on Facebook every Thursday night from 6:15 p.m. We'll be talking through the teams and hopefully helping you out with your side ahead of the round that's ahead. What else will help you with the round ahead is Fantasy Ready, Calvinator's sensational article. You'll be able to find that on afl.com.au on Fridays, also on the AFL Live app. The place to go to check out all the teams, to check out all the great articles and videos and things like that.
I've nicknamed it. It's called Freddie.
Oh, yeah.
Fantasy Ready.
Clever.
Freddie. So there you go. Call it Freddie. Freddie will be out there for you guys. Go check out Freddie. He'll have you sorted.
Jeez, you had a big day today then, Cal, thinking of that.
Flat out day.
Exerted your brain. Good luck for round 9. We'll be catching you on a Monday with plenty of fun, plenty of surprises. Maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
We don't know what we're doing yet on Monday. Hopefully celebrating some big scores.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've been a bit crabby lately.
Any ever.
I'll be up and about now. If I can
Huey's back.
Have you
if I
seen
can
his
get
team?
22. If I can get 22
You won't
this
get
week.
22.
Why do you take pleasure in my failures?
You do.
Right, I do a little bit.
It's not very nice.
All right, thanks for joining us. Good luck this week.